Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Pup, and we are back with another season of the GWA. This is season 5, and I am super excited for this. I'm going to show off my team, what I drafted, and yeah, if you guys do enjoy the Draft League content, if you're excited for this season, I would really enjoy it if you guys left a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. We're so close to hitting 100 subs, so I'd really appreciate that. But after winning last season, I thought that I should have a little bit of fun this season. So my Mons are not really gonna make the most sense. It's not really the best team, but I drafted a couple things that I just really wanted to use that I'm gonna have a lot of fun with. So I hope you guys enjoy going along in the season with me. But before we get into our draft, I want to address one thing. We are rebranding, no longer the Green Bay Drillbers, and I made this crazy logo. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to be the Indianapolis of Volts. You know, I'm a Colts fan in real life, so being the Indianapolis Volts or Vika Volts, that's going to be really insane. I thought it was time after winning a season. Thought that maybe I should do some rebranding, and I had a lot of fun making this logo. And I've made some other new ones, so maybe I'll rebrand to a couple new things in the future in my other leagues, but we'll see. But I guess we should get right into our draft recap. So first of all, I had like the 12th pick in the draft. I wasn't very early. I wasn't going to get anything crazy. I really wanted Deoxys Speed. I thought that could be a fun mon to pick up. You know, none of the top mons were available. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to use a really fun mon. And I picked up Oki Doi. So I'm really excited to use Oki Doi. It's a nice poison fighting type with really great stats, as you can see on the board, with amazing attack and defense. You know, its speed is a little bit lackluster, but my other team members can make up for that. It's got Toxic Chain, so every physical attack has a chance to poison, badly poison. And I'm immune to Intimidate with Guard Dog. It actually gives me a +1 attack raise, pretty sure. And this mon is just really fun to use. I tried to draft a bunch of things that I haven't used in the past, so I thought Oki Doi would be a really great start. Gives me a grounded poison as well, which I thought was really nice. Next up, you know, I thought Oki Doi was a really fun mon. There's one other thing that I really wanted to draft, and that's a Bas Legion. Took the female form, which is special attacker, but Bas Legion with a water and ghost typing can hit like a absolute truck. You know, you run choice specs adaptability sets and it goes crazy. Even in the rain, you can get swift swim stuff going on. So that's kind of a spoiler to see what the rest of our team's going to look like. But it does crazy damage. You know, you click Hydro Pump, you click Shadow Ball, even Ice Beam, and you just destroy other members. So I thought this would be really great. It doesn't help out our speed tier too much, but, you know, it's still a really good mon that I'm excited to use on the team. Next up, I thought I should fill out my Fairy Dragon Steel Core, so I took 2 of those typings in one with another rain Pokemon, which is our Caladon. You know, getting those electro shots off in the rain is going to be amazing on our base 125 special attack. Also has base 130 defense, 90 HP. This thing is a truck. It even has the stamina ability to raise its defense, and this thing is just crazy. It's going to go absolutely insane in the rain. It can also function very well outside of the rain, and it's going to function with our next Pokemon, which is going to be our Terra Captain as well, to get a really nice core going. I'm very excited to use this mon, and I think that it's going to be maybe the MVP of my team. I'm hoping at least. And the next mon up on our team is going to be the Arbaliva. This is our Terra Captain as well, so this thing can Terra into any type at once. But I mean, just look at this thing. It's a grass normal type already, but I can Terra into, you know, fire, fairy, whatever I want. It has Seed Sower, so every time I get attacked, it'll set up the grassy terrain, which is absolutely incredible for my team. That can heal up our Caladon, Oki Doi, you know, those things without recovery, even a couple other members on our team. It gets rid of our ground weakness because they can't click Earthquake against us. Has a crazy special attack stat at 125, and then like boosted in the grass, so our grass moves are going to do a million damage. We have 109 special defense. This thing is just a great mon to have on our team. For 6 points and a Terra Captain, this was a complete steal. I thought it looked amazing on our team. Obviously, the speed is a little bit lackluster, but it makes up with all that usability, buyability, all that utility. Now, here's where my team gets a little bit interesting. Right now, we picked up Reggi Aly. This is not what I actually picked up in the draft. I picked up something else, but, you know, free agency happened, so my team's a little bit different. But we do have Reggi Aly, and I think it's great on a rain team. You know, clicking those 100% accurate thunders on top of a 100 special attack, which is like not too much, but you have Transistor, which makes the electric attacks way more powerful. Base 200 speed is incredible. Also has Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks, even though we're not super weak to those right now. Maybe the spikes are a little bit annoying for us, but we deal with everything else decently fine. But, you know, on a rain team, everything else is going to deal with the ground types that we're worried about. So having Reggi Aly, that is just a huge threat and can absolutely demolish teams, is going to be insane. It's really nice just to, you know, click Thunder, have Volt Switch, a Rapid Spin, Terra Blast. I can even set up Rain Dances. I have dual screens. This thing is just going to be a great utility mon in some games, and in other games, it's just going to completely sweep. So I thought this was a great addition to the team. Now I picked up Quill, since, you know, no one was going to take the rain setters at this point, so I thought that I was pretty free to grab another abuser. So Quill is a poison dark type, you know, doubling up on the poisons, but, you know, having a dark type in there to make sure we're not getting destroyed by psychics is really nice. This thing has Swift Swim, so it functions inside the rain well. With its base 85 speed, base 115 attack, it hits like a truck. It also has Intimidate if I want to use it as a defensive pivot. I can set up spikes, it can set up toxic spikes. It has Pain Split for some recovery, and it also hits really hard with Crunch and Gunk Shot. This mon is really nice to have on the team. I know a bunch of people were looking for it, so I'm really glad that I was able to pick it up, and it's gonna, you know, have a really good role on the team. And I can bring it inside the rain, I can bring it outside the rain, I can bring it in so many different sets, so this is gonna be a great mon to add to the roster. Now, every mon from here on out is actually a free agency. So right here, I have Peler. Originally, I had Politoed, but I changed it for the points. And, you know, I needed a ground immunity, so I grabbed this mon. So Peler is a really good rain setter, so it's got the ability Drizzle. I'm just bringing this to set up rain for myself. Water flying type is pretty decent. It gets 100% accurate hurricanes. Only on a base 95 special attack, its speed is 65, so that's not the best. But this thing can also pivot, which is more than Politoed. It has reliable recovery and roost, which is really nice. And it also like hits pretty hard with like those scalds, surfs, hydro pumps, hurricanes, weather balls, whatever you're throwing off of this thing. It's gonna be a really nice addition to our rain team. Like I said originally, I did have Politoed. It's more like a specially defensive mon instead of physically defensive. I thought that it had a little bit better utility, you know, maybe clicking like Hypnosis against some people, having a little bit more coverage. But with the Peler, I do have the reliable recovery, I do have the ground immunity, so I thought eventually that this was going to be the best mon to be on the team. I also picked up Aelf in free agency, which is another ground immunity and a great speed tier to have on the team at 115, going to be our second fastest Pokemon after Reggi Aly. This thing has crazy attack. You know, a lot of people think it's just a utility mon. You know, it sets up rocks, you run like rocks, Focus Sash with Explosion. It has great coverage though. It has mystical power, which you can absolutely sweep with the 100% special attack boost and the crazy speed and crazy special attack. So I can use this mon in a variety of different ways. And I think that's a really big theme about this team, is that there's a lot of utility, a lot of different ways I can use all these mons. So I can either run it, you know, with rain, I can run stuff outside of rain, I can run stuff as sweepers, I can run it as utility mons. I think that's really where my team gets its power, and hopefully I'll be able to, you know, prep well for each team and catch people off guard with it. I think Aelf fits that perfectly, and I'm really glad to have a mon like Aelf on the team. That base 125 special attack, base 115 speed, it's just going to be insane for people to prep for, and it's going to go crazy in some of these matches. You know, I had to get a fairy type, so I picked up Enamoras, which is another flying type. I know I wanted to use mons I haven't used. I used this for a season in the Pokemon Sports League, but I didn't really use it too much. So I'm trying to get my redemption here after I traded it away. But this thing has crazy stats. I mean, just look at it. Everything besides the speed is incredible. I mean, HP is good, but like 110 defense, 135 special attack, 100 special defense. I can even run it as a physical attacker at 115 base. It gets stuff like superpower. It also has great coverage on the special side with like Earth Power, Grass Knot, Psychic, Moonblast, Sludge Bomb. Just an incredible mon. No reliable recovery, which is annoying, but I can run sets like Draining Kiss with Calm Mind and Agility, or like Iron Defense sort of things, so I'm just unkillable. We tried running that in the PSL, which was really fun. I can run sets like Assault Vest to just soak up special attacks, and I fire off a really, really strong Moonblast or whatever I want to throw off afterwards anyways. So this thing can be used in a variety of ways. I can use it as a sweeper, I can use it as a really, really nice utility like bulky mon, It doesn't have that recovery that I would really like on the team. I used to have Scream Tail, so having a Wish Passer would have been really nice on the team. But I thought dropping it for Enam to have that other ground immunity after all my other Pokemon were weak to ground was really important. Our second to last Pokemon here is Ryperior. I think this is a great addition to the team. Obviously, the speed is kind of lackluster like we've seen, but that attack, that defense, that HP is absolutely incredible. It's going to be nice to have a very, very strong ground type that just clicks Earthquake, or I can do high horsepower if I have the grassy terrain. This thing has Solid Rock, so it doesn't take that much damage from super effective attacks. I can set up Stealth Rocks. I can run sets like Rock Polish Sword Stance, with Rock Blast, Loaded Dice sort of thing, Earthquake, has all the elemental punches as coverage. This thing is a great revenge killer. It's a great just, trade 1-for-1 Pokemon because you're not killing it in one hit if you're hitting it on the physical side. It's going to be great on the team. I needed a rocker. I needed a ground type. It's nice to have an electric immunity because my whole team kind of got destroyed by electric types. Being a rain team, that kind of makes sense. But this can function really well on rain because we're not too worried about those other water types because we're taking them out with like Arbaliva. We're not too worried about the grass types with our Caladon. We also have stuff like Oki Doi, Quill. So I feel like this is a really good mon to put on the team, and it's going to do a lot of work. And then last but not least, we have Lyan Rock on the team, doubling up on the rock types, but you notice we really need some more speed on the team. We do have 2 Swift Swim Mons that go crazy, and we have Reggi Aly at 200, but then we have Aelf, and that's really it for the speed. We have really bad speed tiers at this point, so I thought grabbing another Mon over 110 would be awesome, and Lyan Rock fit that mold perfectly. Gives me another rocker. This thing can come as like a dedicated lead with Focus Sash Rocks, Endeavor, Estelle Rock, sort of fun set like that. I can bring it as like a counter to Fake Out because they can't do that to me with Steadfast ability. I have Sand Rush in case I run into something like a Hippo or T-Tar, and I can do incredible damage to their team. Base 115 attack on this thing is really nice. Its other stats will look pretty bad, obviously, but with that attack and that speed, it can do a lot of damage. This and Ryperior, they both double up on the rock type. They both wish they had the Terra that Arbaliva does, but I think that they're still going to be really good members of the team. I'm definitely going to bring them. I don't see anything on this team that is bad. I feel like every single Mon can come to almost every single week, depending on the matchup. And that's how a draft should be. Times like, my UNPL, I have Quaxwell, I have Persian. Those Mons aren't really coming very often. I feel like this is a much more well-rounded draft, even though I don't have the top-heavy power that I would really like. I don't have that Dragapult. I don't have an Ogerpon. I don't have Terrapagos. I don't have anything like that, but I think that this draft is absolutely incredible anyways. I feel like it's going to put in a lot of work from top to bottom. So you look at our team now, and it's definitely not the most incredible team. If you watch my power rankings, it's sitting in the C tier. That's where most people are putting it as well. But it's a really good group of guys. I think that it'll play into my play style really well. I think that I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Maybe I won't if I end up hating the rain, but I've used some rain in the past and I've really liked it. So I think that this is going to be a really fun season. I don't think I'm going to win near as much as I usually do. I don't think I'm going to win a championship again, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with this set of Mons. I think that there's a lot of crazy people in this league. I think there's a lot of absolutely insane teams that are just going to smoke me, but that's all right. I'm going to try to just be a good player and win if I can. Try to beat the good teams with my not so good team, and if I can do that, then I'll really prove to myself that I can definitely belong here with the best of the best. But that's gonna be it for our draft recap. If you guys are really excited for the battles, just as excited as I am, then I would really appreciate it if you guys left a like and subscribed. We're just about to hit 100. Maybe we will by the time, but probably not. We've been sitting right in the 90s for 2 weeks, which is, it's right there, man. So I would really appreciate it if you helped me out. But yeah, next week, for week 1, we take on E-Man. He's got a crazy team with Dragapult, Iron Moth, Suian Samurai. It's going to be insane, but hopefully I can take home a dub in that one. But yeah, that's going to be about it for me. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.